and then we will try to find out the answers of that also. So the first question is, the screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the first question. A force while acting on a body may dash dash what it can do. So option A is change its motion, retard its motion, balance the force already acting on the body, and all of these. So what is the answer of this?
All of this.
All of this. All of this.
So the answer of this is all of this. Correct answer, because a force can move the body which is at a rest, or the force can bring the body to the rest which is already in the motion. And also, if already some number of forces are acting on the body, then force also try to balance each other. That we have seen in what we do, summation fx, summation fy. So suppose now one force is, now suppose it is moving upward and another force is moving downward, then those two forces are balance each other. Okay, try to balance each other. So all of this is the correct option in this case. Now go for the second question, that is, to know effect of force on a body, we must know magnitude of the force, point of application, line of action with sense or arrowhead, all of these.
All of the
All of this.
What is the answer?
all of the above.
All of this.
All of,
All of
correct. So this is all of the above is the correct answer. So here you can see, if I draw here a force, first we will always come into our mind is the arrow. We draw the arrow to show the force. So what does that arrow indicate? Arrow indicates us the direction. Also arrow indicates us the line of action. So if you extend this, you can say that this is the line of action. Okay. And then we required magnitude. What is the magnitude of the force? Say F kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, whatever it may be. Magnitude. And then where that force is acting. Okay. It may act on point A also, like this here at the tail, or it may act at point B also, at the head. So on which point it is acting, that also important. So all these things are required to know us. Okay, to know the effect of force on the body. So answer D is the correct answer in this case. So now moving further, the unit of force in SI system is, now this is very simple question. You tell me the answer.
Newton.
Newton.
Option C.
Unit of force is the Newton. Okay. So I will mark the answer. Unit of force is Newton. Okay. Now the next question is, composition of force is nothing but
Finding resultant force.
Finding resultant forces.
finding the resultant force. Okay. Correct. Composition of force is nothing but the finding of resultant of the force. And resolution of force means what? दोन्ही शिकवले मी.
Splitting of forces.
Splitting of forces. Correct. So you remember this. Composition means finding out the resultant force. It is your answer is correct. And resolution means splitting of forces. So answer B is correct in this case. So this is the correct answer. Now moving further for the next question. Just 1 minute, I will clear all this. Okay. So the next question is this question. The resultant of two forces P and Q acting at an angle theta is,
Option 2.
so under root P square plus Q square plus 2PQ sin theta, P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, P square plus Q square minus 2PQ cos theta, and P square plus Q square plus 2PQ tan theta. What is the answer?
Option B.
Option B. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, so the option B is the, yes. So option B is the correct answer. So now further, if the resultant of two forces P and Q acting at an angle theta is making an angle alpha with force P, then, now बघू आता कोण उत्तर देते याचं. if the resultant of two forces P and Q, okay, acting at an angle theta is making an angle alpha with force P, then tan alpha is equal to, this is the equation, P sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Tan alpha is equal to P cos theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Then tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. And option D.
Option C.
Option C.
Option C. Tan
Option
alpha
C.
is equal to Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. म्हणजे तुम्हाला लॉ ऑफ पॅरलोग्रामचीच कंडिशन विचारलेली, लक्षात आलं का तुम्हाला वाचल्यावरती? हॅव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस द क्वेश्चन आफ्टर रीडिंग? What they have told us here, if you see, P and Q are the two forces acting at an angle theta. So they have told us. Now if I draw here the diagram for clear understanding, suppose now this is your force P, then the next force is Q. So these two are the forces P and Q. The angle between them is theta. They told us the angle between them is theta, P and Q. And if the resultant of this P and Q is making an angle alpha with P, okay, so making an angle alpha with P, so if you take the P force, you can take it in this way. So P must be horizontal, this is Q, and here we can draw the resultant. The resultant is like this, okay, the diagonal. Now I am not drawing the parallelogram, or else it is better to avoid the confusion. I will draw it. So this is the parallelogram, and here we got the resultant. This is R, and this angle is alpha. This is R and this angle is alpha. This is what is given in this much of single sentence. This much information is given, and you know that this is the formula for finding out the alpha by law of parallelogram of forces. So therefore the answer is answer C. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So moving further, now next is the resultant of two forces P and Q such that P is greater than Q, acting along the same straight line but in opposite direction, is given by.
A minus B.
Option B.
Option B.
Option D.
Option B.
A
Option D.
minus Q.
Option B, P minus Q. The resultant of two forces P and Q. Okay, so P and Q are the two forces are there in which P is greater. Then further what they have told us, acting along the same line. Okay, same straight line. So दोन्ही पण same straight line वर आहेत, but in opposite direction. So is it understood to you, or shall I draw the diagram? समजलंय का मला डायग्राम ड्रॉ करावं लागते याची?
Understand, sir.
Okay, suppose now this is my force P. This is my force P. Okay, I will give the name over here. This is my force P, which is the greater force. And the another force is there acting along the same straight line. So if I say that the another force is acting like this, so this but opposite direction. So this is the force which is acting along the same line but in opposite direction, and this is Q. So what will be the resultant of this? The resultant of this will be P minus Q. Okay, if P is greater, if P is 10 kilonewton and Q is 5 kilonewton, then the resultant is 5 kilonewton, 10 minus 5. So that we always do. So option B is the correct option. Option B is the correct answer. The next is the resultant of two forces P making an angle theta is given by. The resultant of two equal forces P making an angle theta is given by. सांगा मला काय येईल resultant?
Option 1, sir. 2
Option
sin theta by 2.
Option 1.
Option.
Yes, sir.
Have you solved it?
Yes, sir.
Option A. I think option B is the correct answer. Others, please check it. It is sin theta by 2 or cos theta by 2. You also check it once again, the calculation. The question is the resultant of two equal forces P making an angle theta is given by. So if I draw the diagram, over here, so two is
Option B.
option. So these are the two forces, and if I complete the parallelogram, it will be like this. And the resultant is, this is the resultant. This is the resultant force. Okay, I will draw it properly. This is the resultant force. Okay, now this total angle is theta. Between two forces, the angle is theta. This is also force P, this is also force P, and this is R. Okay. Now what is the answer? R is equal to, what is the formula? Under root P square plus Q square plus
2pq, sir.
2pq cos theta. So it will become under root P square plus P square. हे सगळं अंडर रूट मध्ये असणार आहे बरं का, इथं मला जागा नाही तेवढं करायला. अंडर रूट P square plus P square plus 2pq म्हणजे पीच येणार परत, and cos theta will remain as it is. Correct. So here if you take common, then P square will common. Here also P square is there. 2pq cos theta. So here it is 2p square, 2p square. So if you take 2p square common, then what will remain?
1 plus cos theta.
1 plus cos theta. Okay, so 1 plus cos theta चं काय असते?
Sin square theta by 2.
Sin square cos square theta by 2. Sin square theta by 2 का cos square theta by 2?
Cos square theta by 2.
हा, इट इज cos square theta by 2, आणि मग त्याचं रूट घेतल्यावरती cos theta by 2 मिळणार तुम्हाला. ओके,
Yes, sir.
आर यू गेटिंग द पॉइंट?
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So trigonometry formulas. Okay. Now the next question is, if number of forces acting on a body, their resultant is, if the number of forces are acting on a body, their resultant is under root summation fx square plus summation fy square, under root summation fx square plus 2 summation fy square, under root summation fy square, and here it is under root summation fx square plus divided by summation fy square. What is the answer?
Option A.
Option A.
Option A. You know the formula. R is equal to under root summation fx square
Summation
plus
fx square
fy.
plus summation fy square.
Correct. So now the next question. If two concurrent forces P and Q perpendicular to each other and P is equal to Q, then the resultant of two forces. What is the resultant? सांगा की आन्सर का डायग्राम ड्रॉ करू? बघा, two concurrent forces P and Q perpendicular to each other. Suppose this is the force P. The next force is, this force is Q. So this is force P, the force is Q. They are meeting at same point. So these are the concurrent forces and they are also perpendicular to each other. Then the resultant of these two forces. So if you complete this parallelogram, the diagonal of the parallelogram will give you the resultant. Okay, P is equal to Q. So in terms of P they have asked. So P is equal to Q means here I can write, instead of Q, I can write over here P. So here you can use the law of parallelogram also, or you can use our normal formula R is equal to under root summation fx square plus fy square. That also you can use. So it will become under root P square plus P square. So under root 2P square. Correct.
P under root 2. Or under root 2 and P.
Under root 2 and p. So this answer is correct. Under root 2 p. Okay. So it is root 2p because in under root we will get p square plus p square. So in under root we will get 2p square. So 2 जर घेतलं तर हे root 2 येणार and p will be remain as it is. So this is your answer, root 2p. So root 2p is the answer, option C. Okay. So further, if we move, then question number 11. Okay. So if number of forces are acting at a point, the resultant will be inclined at an angle theta with the horizontal such that now formula tan of theta is summation h upon summation v. Summation h means what? Summation fx. आपण fx म्हणतो ना, we take the notation summation fx. Summation fx means sum of all the forces parallel to x-axis. So summation h means sum of all horizontal forces. Summation v means sum of all vertical forces. Okay, so you imagine this as a summation h means it is summation fx, summation v means it is summation fy. So let me know the answer.
Option D.
Answer B.
B.
Option B.
Option B. So tan of theta is equal to correct. So always we take the formula. We write the formula in another notation. Notation मध्ये confuse कधी व्हायचं नाही. आपण लिहिताना काय लिहितो? Tan alpha is equal to in mod summation fy upon summation fx. मग त्यांनी अल्फाच्या ऐवजी इथं काय सांगितलंय तुम्हाला? अँगल थिटा सांगितलेला आहे. Here instead of alpha त्यांनी सांगितले थिटा घ्या. And instead of summation fy they have told us summation v. And instead of summation fx they have told us summation h. Okay, so this formula, just the difference is there in the notation. This formula we have used many times. Okay, so after this, next question is question number 12. What's that? The forces which meet at one point and their lines of action also lie on the same plane are known as
A.
Coplanar concurrent forces.
okay, coplanar concurrent forces, correct. Okay, so which meet at a point and also lie on the same line of same plane. Okay, so it is an easy question. Now next question. The forces which do not meet at one point but lines of action lie on the same plane is called as
Coplanar non-concurrent.
coplanar non-concurrent forces. Okay, so that is option A. So the next question is the forces whose lines of actions parallel with each other and lying on different plane are called as non-coplanar parallel forces, non-coplanar parallel forces. I think option repeat झालाय का इथं? A आणि B मध्ये option repeat झालाय वाटतं.
Yes, sir.
Printing mistake एका टाइप करताना mistake झाली असेल. Here the first option is non-coplanar parallel forces. Here second option will be coplanar parallel forces. Third option is coplanar concurrent forces, and fourth option is none of this. So the correct answer is this one. आता इथे A आणि B तुम्ही काही म्हणा, दोन्ही पण करेक्टच आहेत. So next question. So here the force which do not meet at a single common point and do not lie on the same plane is called as
Non-coplanar.
Non-coplanar non-concurrent.
non-coplanar non-concurrent. Okay, so this answer is correct. Next, forces acting on a body parallel to each other acting in the same direction, lying in the same plane. Parallel to each other, acting in same direction and lying in the same plane.
Coplanar like parallel.
Okay, coplanar like parallel forces. Correct. Right. So next question is, in applied mechanics, body is considered as rigid body, elastic body, plastic body, none of these.
Rigid body.
Rigid body.
Rigid body.
Correct. So in applied mechanics, we always consider a body as a rigid body. In in the second year, especially for civil and mechanical, when you come across the subject strength of materials, SOM, there you will consider the elastic body. Okay. So now in the applied mechanics, here rigid body. Next question. Two equal and opposite forces separated by a perpendicular distance develops couple, elastic body, plastic body, none of this.
Couple.
Couple.
Couple. Okay. So this answer is correct. Next. The effect of force acting on a body remains unchanged if the line of action, magnitude and direction not changed, only magnitude and direction not change, only line of action and magnitude not change, and none of these.
Option A.
The effect of force acting on a body remains unchanged. So the effect of force acting on a body remains unchanged when the line of action of force, then the magnitude of the force and the direction of the force will not change. जर हे तिन्ही गोष्टीपैकी कुठलीच गोष्ट चेंज झाली नाही तर त्या ज्या फोर्सचा इफेक्ट आहे तो बॉडीवरती तो रिमेन्स अनचेंज्ड असेल म्हणजे तसाच राहील, दुसरा बाकी इफेक्ट होणार नाही. Okay, so if at the start 10 kilonewton force is acting on a body and it is acting in horizontal direction, okay, then whatever effect is produced by that force, that effect will remain unchanged. Okay, कधीपर्यंत unchanged असेल? If the magnitude of the force is not changed, if the direction of the force is not changed, and if the line of action of the force is not changed. Okay, once if any parameter from these three things, if you change it, then the effect on body will going to be changed. So they in the question they have asked us for remains unchanged. That is why our answer is option A. It will remain unchanged. Next question is, according to Varignon's theorem, summation m is equal to r into d, summation m is equal to r into summation fx, summation f is equal to r into summation fy, and none of this.
Option A.
Okay, so according to Varignon's theorem, I will write here equation so that you will remember this. So summation m is equal to what? It is r into d. Also we will take summation m is equal to what? Summation fy into x theta. And then summation m is equal to summation fx into काय असणार आहे? Y. So these three equations we have used while finding out the distance of the resultant from the point, where this is the shortest distance, x is the x coordinate or x intercept we can call, and y is the y ordinate or it is y intercept of the resultant. So next, the parallelogram for resultant force law is called as, the parallelogram for resultant force law is called as sine law, triangle law, cosine law, none of above. Parallelogram जो लॉ आहे ना त्याला दुसरं अजून काय नाव आहे? साइन लॉ, ट्रायंगल लॉ हे तर तुम्ही आम्हाला सांगितलंच नाही म्हणा. साइन लॉ, ट्रायंगल लॉ, कोसाइन लॉ, none of above. What is the answer? Guess it. Logically काहीतरी गेस करा. त्याचा फॉर्म्युला बघा. Correct. Cosine law is the correct answer because cos term we use there. In the formula, we use cos while finding out the resultant force. Okay. So that is why it is called as the cosine law. Okay. So next, vector method for resultant force is called as. Vector method for resultant force is called as polygon
Polygon
law.
law of forces.
Polygon law of force. First.
Polygon law of forces बरोबर.
Polygon law.
Vector method.
None
Triangle law
of
का वर
the
नहीं.
none of the above.
Sir,
Ah.
equal and parallel forces are there.
D उत्तर आहे sir.
Okay. So what is the correct answer in this question now 22? मला सांगा तुम्ही जे पॉलिगॉन लॉ ऑफ फोर्सेस म्हणताय की नाही वेक्टर मेथड फॉर रिझल्टंट फोर्स इज कॉल्ड ॲज मेनी ऑफ यू गिव्ह मी द आन्सर पॉलिगॉन लॉ ऑफ फोर्सेस देन वाय नॉट ट्रायंगल लॉ ऑफ फोर्सेस माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट तुम्ही पॉलिगॉनला म्हणताय मग ट्रायंगलला काय येऊ शकत नाही ते वेक्टर मेथड फॉर द रिझल्टंट फोर्स इज कॉल्ड ॲज ते ह्याच्यात नाहीच आहे The answer here it is none of above. ह्याला म्हणत नाहीत. Polygon law of forces and triangle law of forces are the graphical methods to find out the resultant force. So answer for this question number 22. कोणीतरी दिलं होतं ना answer none of the above. Who has given this answer?
54.
Roll number 54. Okay, very good. So vector method for resultant force is called as. What is the answer of this?
None of the above.
None of the above. पण त्याला म्हणतात काय? Okay. So now question number 23. Moment of a force is nothing but force into perpendicular distance from the moment center, force into inclined distance from moment center, force into longest distance from the point, none of these.
Option A.
Option A.
Option A, force into perpendicular distance. Okay. Question number 24. Effect of couple remains unchanged if मगाशी effect of force होतं. आता question आहे effect of couple remains unchanged if couple is shifted in same plane, couple is shifted in different plane, not parallel to mention, both A and B are correct, none of the above. The effect of couple remains unchanged if दोनच कंडिशन सांगितल्यात ना तुम्हाला. इफेक्ट ऑफ कपल रिमेन्स अनचेंज्ड इफ जर ते कपल त्याच प्लेन मध्ये शिफ्ट केलं म्हणजे XY प्लेन मध्ये जर कपल ऍक्ट होत असेल आणि ते XY प्लेन मध्येच ठेवलं तर तो इफेक्ट अनचेंज्ड राहील का XY प्लेन मधनं उचलून ते कपल जर आपण YZ किंवा XZ प्लेन मध्ये टाकलं तर त्याचा इफेक्ट अनचेंज्ड राहील असं त्यांनी सांगितलंय तुम्हाला A आणि B मध्ये. नंतरचे दोन ऑप्शन काय एवढे महत्वाचे नाही आहेत. इन फर्स्ट टू यू टेल मी.
Option C.
Option A is the correct answer. Okay. The effect of couple remains unchanged if couple is shifted in the same plane. If you keep the couple in the same plane, then there will not be any change or any effect. Okay, unchanged, the effect is unchanged. But if you change the plane of the couple, then the effect is going to be changed. Okay, म्हणजे पहिल्यांदा एका प्लेन मध्ये ऍक्ट होत होतं ते कपल and then you change the plane, then it is going to affect. Okay, so here the option A is the correct option. Next is if line of action of resultant force passes through any point, then summation m is equal to 0 about that point, summation m is not equal to 0 about that point, summation m is equal to maximum about that point, none of the above.
Option A.
So if the line of action of resultant passes through any point, याच्यावरती आपण प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह केलेले आपण घेतलेले ना समेशन एम इक्वल टू 0 वगैरे तर त्या केसमध्ये प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये मेन्शन केलेलं असायचं की रिझल्टंट इज पासिंग थ्रू पॉइंट ए. So the question is If the line of action of a resultant force is passing through any point, then summation m is equal to 0 about that point. Okay, because the perpendicular distance of the resultant becomes 0. The reason for that is, I will show you here. The Varignon's theorem says that summation m about any point is equal to r into d. Okay. Now if I'm taking the moment at point A and my resultant is passing through point A and resultant is also passing through point A, then this perpendicular distance will become 0. त्याच पॉइंट बंद त्याच पॉइंटचं परपेंडिक्युलर डिस्टन्स किती असणार आहे 0 असणार आहे शॉर्टेस्ट डिस्टन्स ऑफ द रिझल्टंट इट इज 0 so if this becomes 0 then this moment will be 0 so summation m a is equal to 0 so that is why option A is the correct answer. Okay, that is why option A is the correct answer. Okay, so next is, if the resultant force is acting along y-axis or vertical, then summation fx equal to 0, summation fy equal to 0, summation fx equal to 0 and fy equal, both are 0 or none of above.
Summation fx equal to 0.
If the resultant is acting vertical, then summation fx must be 0. Okay, हे तुम्हाला मी चारही कंडिशन सांगितलेले आहेत. Already I have explained to you. Okay, so if the resultant force is moving along the y-axis, so Fy is equal to r and Fx is equal to 0. Next is, if the resultant force is acting along x-axis or horizontal, then summation f.
Equal to 0.
Summation Fy is equal to
Okay, so answer is B. Summation Fy is equal to 0.
Fy equal to
If the resultant force is making some inclination with horizontal, that is theta, then बघा, summation fx is equal to r cos theta, fy equal to r sin theta, summation fy equal to 0, summation आणि काय सांगितले, summation fx equal to 0 आहे and summation fy equal to r sin theta, then summation fy equal to 0 and summation fx is equal to r cos theta and none of the above.
Option A.
option A.
Option A.
Option A. Okay, so if you resolve the r, you will get two components. Suppose now I will draw the diagram for this also. So this is r, this is your resultant r, an angle with horizontal, this angle is theta. Now if you resolve this r, you will get two components. One is along the x-axis, another is along y-axis, and you will get, if this angle is theta, then this will become r cos theta, and this will become r sin theta. But your summation fx is also lies on horizontal line and summation fy is vertical. So summation fx is r cos theta, so this is correct, and summation fy equal to r sin theta. Okay, this also I think I have explained to you while we are studying in this chapter. So next is, the moment of a force about any point is geometrically equal to dash dash the area of the triangle whose base is the line representing the force and vertex is the point about which the moment is taken. क्वेश्चन आता वाचा आणि बघा मला सांगायचं आन्सर काय. त्यांनी काय म्हणलेलं आहे, द एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल whose base is the line representing the force. Okay, so now if I draw here the force, Suppose now this is the force. So this represents this force F. This represents the base of the triangle. Okay, and vertex is the point about which the moment is taken. So vertex is the point about which the moment is taken, means here somewhere the point is there. Okay. And you can see it will be like this. So this is the point where movement is to be taken. This is the point where movement is to be taken. Okay. So this moment, whatever movement you will take, this is your perpendicular distance, and whatever the movement you will take, f into x, suppose this distance is l. So f into x, this will be your moment. This will be your moment. So this moment is twice the area of the triangle. Okay, this moment is twice the area of this triangle. Okay, it is always twice. What is the area of the triangle? What is the area of the triangle if you calculate over here? 1/2 base into height.
1/2
बघा आता एरियाचा फॉर्म्युला काय, हा बेस समजा बी आहे, समजा हा बेस बी आहे आणि हाईट एच आहे, एक्स च्या ऐवजी एच घ्या. याची जर मोमेंट तुम्ही घेतली तर काय येणार, एफ इंटू एच. एफ इंटू एच, मग हे आलंय एफ इंटू एच, आणि हा बेस इंटू हाईट हा एरिया. बेस म्हणजेच काय, हा बेस बी म्हणजेच एफ फोर्स आहे ना. दिस बेस बी इज रिप्रेझेंटेड बाय फोर्स एफ. त्यांनी सांगितलं इथं बेस इज द लाईन रिप्रेझेंटिंग द फोर्स म्हणलेलं आहे. सो हिअर I can write it is half into base into height. So area is F into H by 2. Okay. म्हणजे मी असं म्हणू शकतो का की एरियाच्या ही मुवमेंट कशी आहे, ट्वाइस आहे ना. जर मी ह्याला 2 ने मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर मला हे आन्सर मिळेल का नाही?
Yes, sir.
हो सर.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the answer of this question is twice. Okay, the moment of a force about any point is geometrically equal to the moment of the force. किती असेल विचारलंय, एरिया विचारलेलं नाही त्यांनी. एरिया म्हणला असता तर तुम्ही हाफ उत्तर आलं असतं, तुमचं ऑप्शन आलं असतं. बट व्हॉट दे हॅव आस्क्ड अस, the moment of a force about any point is geometrically equal to the twice the area of the triangle whose base is dash dash. ते पुढचं सगळं दिलेलं आहे. तर ती मुवमेंट किती असणार आहे, तर एरिया काढा, एरियाला 2 ने मल्टिप्लाय करा, दॅट मुवमेंट विल बी देअर. हे कळलं का, डायग्राम वरनं मी काढलेलं जे आहे ते तुम्हाला समजलं?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this way you have to think. See, you have studied the chapter, but some questions, some MCQ questions will be of application type. So whatever you have studied now, on that basis you have applied some logic to get the answer of that question. असं नसणार आहे की प्रत्येक गोष्ट तुम्हाला क्लासमध्ये सांगितलेली असणार. आता असा एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन वी हॅव नॉट टेकन इन द क्लास, बट इफ यू अप्लाय द सिम्पल लॉजिक अँड कॉन्सेप्ट टू द क्वेश्चन्स यू विल इझिली गेट द आन्सर. असं काय याच्यामध्ये काय रॉकेट सायन्स होतं का, नाही. फक्त तुम्हाला मुवमेंटचा फॉर्म्युला लिहायचा आहे, एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगलचा फॉर्म्युला लिहायचा आहे, आणि कोण कोणाच्या टॉईस आणि कोण कोणाच्या हाफ आहे एवढंच बघायचंय. ओके, सो युअर माइंड शुड बी ट्रेन टू अप्लाय द थिंग्स लॉजिकली, okay, in the questions, and it is good habit. It is also very useful. Okay, next question. A couple consists of, this is very simple question. A couple consists of, give me the answer. A couple consists of two like parallel forces of different magnitude, two like parallel forces of same magnitude.
Two like in opposite thing.
Two like parallel forces of same magnitude. आणि डायरेक्शनचं बोललेलंच नाही इथं काय. Two unlike parallel forces which are parallel to the same magnitude and none of these. Now the couple is two like parallel forces of same magnitude.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Two unlike forces, na sir?
हा सांगा की. Two
Two
like
unlike parallel forces,
Two
na,
unlike parallel.
which are opposite direction, not parallel, anti-parallel forces.
okay. So two unlike forces which are parallel of the same magnitude. That is the answer, or answer A is the answer or B is the answer. What is the answer? C, A, B, ka D?
C.
B. C.
C, sir.
आन्सर इज सी. कपल म्हणजे काय आता बघा की याच्यावरून तुम्हाला माहित नाही का आता कपल कसं असतंय. सो दिस इज वन फोर्स अँड दिस इज द अनदर फोर्स. आता बघा याच्या प्रॉपर्टीज काय, दोघांच्या मॅग्निट्यूड जर सेम असायला पाहिजेत. फर्स्ट थिंग इज एफ एफ. ओके, सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज मॅग्निट्यूड सेम असायला पाहिजे, म्हणजे डिफरंट मॅग्निट्यूडचा तर ऑप्शन इथंच गेला. ओके, डिफरंट मॅग्निट्यूडचा तर विषयच नाही. मग तुमचा आन्सर कशात असणार आहे, ए, सी आणि डी मध्ये तुम्हाला हुडकायचंय. नाव सी हिअर इन ए व्हॉट दे हॅव गिवन लाईक फोर्सेस. ए मध्ये त्यांनी काय म्हणले, लाईक फोर्सेस. हे दोन्ही लाईक फोर्सेस आहेत का? दिस टू आर नॉट लाईक फोर्सेस, दिस आर अनलाईक फोर्सेस. ओके, so your option is two unlike forces which are parallel. So two unlike forces, these two are the unlike forces whatever I have drawn, and these two are parallel and also having same magnitude, so this can form a couple. Okay? So your answer C is the correct answer. Answer C is correct answer. So in this way you have to think about this. Okay, so next question. Two coplanar concurrent forces can be represented by a single force produced is called as.
Compounding the forces.
Huh?
Compounding the forces.
Compounding of the force, splitting of force, both A and B. Two coplanar concurrent forces can be represented by a single force. That is called as the composition of the forces. Also it is called as the compounding of the forces. Composition and compounding, two names are there. Okay, so the answer is compounding of the forces. Answer is compounding of the forces. Next, splitting up of forces in a number of components is
Resolution of forces.
is the resolution of the forces. Okay, correct. Now the next option. Principle of transmissibility is only applicable for the body which is rigid, deformable, particle, none of this.
Rigid. Rigid.
Rigid, correct.
Rigid body.
Rigid is the correct answer. Okay. The force with which body is attracted towards the center of the earth is called as.
Weight.
Is called as weight. Correct. Correct. Impulsive force is not there. Mass is not there. Mass is not a force. Weight is the force. Are you getting my point? Mass we always measured in kg. Mass we always measured in kg, but weight it is measured in Newton, kilonewton. आपण ते म्हणताना जे आपण म्हणतो की नाही माझं वजन किती आहे समजा 80 किलो 100 किलो जे आपण सांगतो ना ते वी मेजर अवर मास. तुम्हाला जर टेक्निकली करेक्ट उत्तर द्यायचं असेल, इफ यू वॉन्ट टू गिव्ह टेक्निकली करेक्ट आन्सर, then whatever you got that number on the weight machine, suppose 40, 50, 60, you have to multiply it by 9.81 by g. Okay, and then you will get the weight. So you know the formula, W is equal to m into g. पण बोली भाषेत आपण काय करतो की माझं वजन वेट किती आहे 80 kg, तर ते ऍक्च्युली वेट नसतं, इट इज ऍक्च्युअली मास. Weight is the force, that is the downward force which is acting due to that mass, that some what we can say gathering of the mass, and when acceleration due to gravity is acting on that mass, so your weight will be the product of m into g. Is it clear? समजलं का?
Yes, sir.
ओके, आन्सर देत जावा म्हणजे मला कळतंय काय समजायला लागलंय का सगळं डोक्याच्या वरनं चाललंय. So which of the following system forces can be reduced to a single force? Which of the following system forces can be reduced to a single force? Okay. Non-concurrent forces in space, non-concurrent forces in plane, parallel forces in space, parallel forces in plane, all of above. Think on this.
All above.
All of above. Correct. कुठली का force system देना है? Okay. Let it be the forces are in a single plane or forces are in a space. Let it be the forces are parallel, or it is parallel in plane, or it is parallel in space. You can always find out the resultant of the force. Okay. तुम्ही रिझल्टंट ऑफ द फोर्स कधी फाइंड आउट करू शकत नाही माहिती का, की जेव्हा तुम्हाला अशी सिस्टीम दिली आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये दोन फोर्सेस हे एक्स वाय प्लेन मध्ये आहेत, दोन फोर्सेस हे वाय झेड प्लेन मध्ये आहेत आणि एखादा फोर्स आहे एक्स झेड प्लेन मध्ये, किंवा दोन वेगवेगळ्या प्लेन मध्ये फोर्सेस, व्हेन द फोर्सेस आर ऍक्टिंग इन टू डिफरंट प्लेन्स, then you cannot find out the result. But as long as the forces are acting in the same plane, or the forces are acting in the space means 3D. Okay, we will consider the movements in 3 directions. So in that case also you can calculate the resultant of the force. Also for the space you have to use the 3 equations of equilibrium. For this, in a plane, in the space we use 6 equations of equilibrium, and in plane we use 3 equations of equilibrium. Now you will learn in the next unit what is the equilibrium and what is the equation of equilibrium. At that time you will come to know. Okay, but you remember this resultant we can find out for all of this. So next question, 36. So for question number 35, answer is E, all of the above. Please note the answer if you want. Next question is, if arm of the couple is double, its movement will be?
B. Option
Remain
B.
same. If arm of the couple is double, its movement will be?
B double.
मला A, B, C मध्ये सांगा नाव, A, B, C, D मध्ये सांगा. Somebody has given me answer B. Next.
B.
C. Okay, so the correct answer is C. Who has given option B? I will explain you. See, suppose now this is a couple. We will take some values so that it is very easy for us to do the calculation. Suppose now this is 10 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, and it is separated by a distance of 1 meter. Now I want to calculate the moment of this couple. So to calculate the moment of the couple, what is the formula? 1 of the force into lever arm. This distance between them is called as lever arm. So 1 of the force is 10 into lever arm is 1. So its movement will be 10 kilonewton meter, whatever. So clockwise, anti-clockwise bagu nantar. Now same force is there, same couple is there. Okay. So now same couple is there with the same magnitude, 10 kilonewton and 10 kilonewton. And now if we double the lever arm, so instead of 1 meter we take 2 meter. Double करा म्हणून सांगितलं ना numerical मध्ये, double. So if you double it, then movement will be 10 into 2. So your movement will be 20. So earlier movement is 10, now the movement is 20. So it is double. So the movement is double. So the answer is option C. So the answer is option C. Next question. If arm of couple is held, its moment will be?
A.
Option A.
Option A. Okay. आता मगाशी डबल केलं तर काय होईल विचारलं, आता हाफ केल्यावर काय होईल म्हणून विचारलं. ओके, इफ द आर्म ऑफ कपल इज हाफ, अर्ध केलं त्याला, पहिल्यांदा 1 मीटर होतं, मग 0.5 केलं तर काय होईल मुवमेंट? कमी होईल ना, हाफ होईल. It will be half because you know the formula. See, the basic formula, if you know, moment m is equal to what? 1 of the force into lever arm. Lever arm. This force is constant. Force बद्दल ते काय सांगतात का नाही? Force कसा आहे? Constant आहे तुमचा. Force constant आहे. So movement is directly proportional to lever arm. It is directly proportional. If the lever arm increases, moment will increase. If the lever arm decreases, moment will decrease. Okay. Same is the case with the magnitude of the force also. Next question is, association of group of particles held together by cohesive force is called as. Association of group of particles which are held together by the cohesive force. It is called as mass. It is called as mass. हे जे आपल्या बॉडी मधलं जे मास आहे ना, सगळं जे पार्टिकल्स आहेत ना, हे कशामुळे जवळजवळ राहते? सो द cohesive force is also there in between them. So there are n number of reasons for human body, but in general the association of group of particles which are held together by the cohesive force, it is nothing but mass. Okay, त्याचा एक मास मिळते आपल्याला काहीतरी. So here also, now in this mobile you can see the association of number of solid particles which are cohesively bounded together. Okay, cohesive force is there in between each molecule, each particle. Okay, मग हे कलेक्टिव्हली काय तयार झालं? ह्याला म्हणायचं मास. हा मोबाईल आहे पण ह्याला काय म्हणायचं? दिस इज मास. दिस इज अ मास. ओके, सो नाउ व्हॉट इज द टाइम? अरे वेळ संपली कस काय? लवकर गेला का वेळ? सो नाउ वन मोर क्वेश्चन वी विल टेक. पार्टिकल इज नथिंग बट. Particle is nothing but. Now read the option. Point like object with considerable mass. Point like object with negligible mass. Both A and B are correct. None of the above.
B.
Option is B.
Option A.
Option
Option B.
answer is option B. Particle has having negligible mass. Considerable mass असते का? पार्टिकलचा मास असते का? 1 किलो 2 किलो 1 ग्रॅम 2 ग्रॅम?
No, sir.
Particle mass is very less. Its mass is negligible. We can neglect the mass of particle if we be doing the analysis. Okay, so it is the point like object. It is a very small object but it is having negligible mass. Okay, negligible. So option B is the correct answer. So last this MCQ we will take and then we will stop for today. So angle made by the resultant force with horizontal is given by.
Summation of f of y divided by summation of f of x.
करेक्ट. हे ऑलरेडी झाला वाटतं ना वर क्वेश्चन एकदा हे.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ओके, सो दिस इज द फॉर्म्युला, यू नो दॅट. सो बरं हे जाऊ दे, हे झालंय. मग रिपीट आहे, मग पुढचा एक घेऊ. द फोर्स विच गिव्स सेम इफेक्ट as number of forces together acting on a body is called as resultant force, equilibrium force, A and B, none of these.
Resultant force.
Resultant force. Okay, so the resultant force is the correct answer. Okay, so now we have gone through near about 41 MCQs of this chapter. Okay, so these are much more MCQs which we have gone through, and then now in between, now you prepared, I will take the MCQ test. Okay, I will share one Google form with you, or either we will take the test online in a quiz format. Okay, so there is one site, Kahoot, Kahoot, where you can register with your mail ID, and from that account also we can take the online test where the question will be displayed. It is like that कौन बनेगा करोडपती बघता का नाही टीव्ही वरती, तसं क्वेश्चन माझ्याकडनं स्क्रीनवरती डिस्प्ले होणार. 4 ऑप्शन तुम्हाला मिळणार. प्रत्येकाने आपापल्या मोबाईल वरनं आपापलं ऑप्शन क्लिक करायचं, अँड देन वी विल टुगेदर गेट द, देन मग तुम्हाला करेक्ट आन्सर डिस्प्ले होणार आणि तुम्हाला कळणार तुमचं आन्सर बरोबर होतं का चुकीचं होतं. सो इन दॅट वे वी विल टेक द रिमेनिंग क्वेश्चन्स. So I will plan that when we are going to take the MCQ test, and in addition to this, this may be there, and in addition to this, we will take the MCQ test in the form of Google Forms. So Google Forms, I will prepare the Google Forms. I will send the link on your group. Okay, on your that Telegram group. You have to click the link. Then once you click the link, you will be directed to a form. In that the question will be there and options will be there. And you have to tick mark the correct option, and as soon as you submit the test you will get the marks automatically. It will calculate the marks and it will tell you what are your marks. Okay, so in this way your all MCQs also will get covered. आता ते MCQs हे घेतलेले MCQs पण बघा, अजून तुम्हाला एक्स्ट्रा कुठले MCQs मिळत असतील तर तेही बघा, सो दॅट
ह्याची पीडीएफ मिळेल का? आताचे MCQ ची पीडीएफ मिळेल का?
की काय झालंय माहिती का, आय एम हॅव्हिंग द पीडीएफ ऑफ ऑल द युनिट्स अँड मी बघितलं ट्राय करून, ते जात नाहीये. तरी मी बघतो इफ द पीडीएफ कटर इज देअर और समथिंग इज देअर नाव, आय विल कट इट युनिट वाईज अँड आय विल सेंड दिस पीडीएफ टू यू बिकॉज इट इज बिकमिंग मच मोर, म्हणजे काय म्हणतात त्या लिमिटच्या बाहेर चाललंय.
सर
बघतो
कधी
ते.
टेस्ट घेऊ?
हा,
कधी टेस्ट घेणार?
it will be anytime. Now you should prepare. Your first unit is over and your MCQ questions also, I have taken the 41 MCQ questions for the practice. Now on this base, from today evening you start preparing. The test may be conducted tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or in the next week also. It will be surprise test. I am not going to tell you when I am going to conduct the test, but you should be prepared for the test. Okay, समजलं का?
Yes, sir.
याचा अर्थ काय? याचा अर्थ असा आहे की रोज अभ्यास करायचं, कधीच असं नाही निवांत राहायचं नाही. म्हणजे उद्या टेस्ट आली, 2 दिवसांनी टेस्ट आहे, तर देन आय विल डू द स्टडी नाव फ्रॉम टुडे सो दॅट आय विल डू इट इन 2 days अँड देन आय विल फॉरगेट. इट शुड नॉट बी द केस. यू शुड बी ऑलवेज इन टच विथ दिस. रोज बघायचं काय झालंय काय नाही. नाव सपोज द सेकंड चॅप्टर स्टार्ट्स, यू हॅव टू डेली यू शुड सी दॅट व्हॉट इज देअर इन what is taught by the faculty members today for this subject, and then also you have to see for the previous unit also. म्हणजे जर पहिला युनिट चालू असला की पहिल्या युनिटचा अभ्यास करायचा, दुसरा असला की फक्त दुसऱ्याचाच अभ्यास करायचा. अशी स्टडीची मेथड तुम्ही ठेवूच नका. डोंट अडॉप्ट दिस मेथड. यू अडॉप्ट द मेथड इन सच अ वे दॅट when your chapter second is there, now you are preparing for the second chapter, what is there studied in the lecture, you have to see it at your home, and after that you have to revise first chapter on the same day. Okay, likewise you have to do, and this method you can adapt for applied mechanics, that is engineering mechanics and mathematics in this semester. These two are the mathematically related subjects where the more practice is required, more MCQs are there. So you adopt this method, whatever I am telling now, this method for applied mechanics and maths. And for the theoretical subjects like basic civil, basic mechanical, there is not much more numericals are there in that. So for theory subjects, you can prepare when the unit is going on. No problem. Okay.
सर अगोदरचे व्हिडिओ टीचिंग डायरी मध्ये आले नाहीत की?
सगळे टाकलेले बघितलं नाही का तुम्ही?
नाही सर, आले नाहीत की.
टाकलेत सर.
सर आज बघितलेलं मी.
आलेत सर.
See, before you asking or commenting, you should first check it is there or not, and then you should tell me. Check करा तुम्ही बघितलं नसेल. नसलं चेक केलं. हा,
आजचं लेक्चर आज असं येईल का ती लिंक?
काय झालं?
दररोजचं लिंक हो
टाकलेले की लिंक आहेत ना, बघितलेत का नाही सगळ्यांनी? काय
आतापर्यंत आले की काल आले.
हा, मग
दररोजच्या दररोज लिंक तिथे अपलोड होतील.
होय की, होतेत की. मग काय प्रॉब्लेम काय? Means I am not getting the problem. What problem you are having? म्हणजे मला कळलं नाही तुम्हाला नेमकं काय म्हणायचंय ते.
आजच्या लेक्चरची लिंक तिथे येईल का असं म्हणायचं?
आजच्या लेक्चरची आज येत नसते, उद्या किंवा परवा येईल. ओके. So you check for today's lecture. Now you check it for tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening or day after tomorrow evening. For me it will require 1 or 2 days to drop the link, lecture link.
सर जर याची PDF असेल तर तुम्ही फोटो काढून पाठवू शकता ग्रुप?
That I will manage. I will do. बघू याचं काय कसं जमतंय तसं, but I will send this PDF to you and then we will take the test on it. आणि तरी सुद्धा आता तुम्हाला घेतलेले जे मी क्वेश्चन्स, ह्याच्यातलेच थोडेफार क्वेश्चन्स असणार आहेत. यू ऑल्सो प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर इट. वी विल टेक द टेस्ट.
सर हे PDF फक्त आम्हाला द्या एक्झामच्या अगोदर.
ओके.
सर
हा,
तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 36 आहे ना, तर त्याच्यात मुवमेंट विचारले. मग आपण मुवमेंट ऑफ फोर्स पण घेऊ शकतो ना, आणि खालच्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये मुवमेंट विचारले. मग जर वरती मुवमेंट ऑफ फोर्स घेतले तर रिमेन अनचेंजच होणार.
कुठला क्वेश्चन म्हणताय तुम्ही?
36.
आता तुमचं पुढचं लेक्चर नाही ना कुठलं? चला ठीक आहे, then we will discuss. Let it be. Question number 36. 36 is if arm of the couple is double, then movement will be. हे मुवमेंट हे प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक आहे हो, हे लक्ष देऊ नका. मुवमेंट म्हणजे मोमेंटच आहे. हे जे मोमेंट आहे ना, हेच आहे इथं. हे आता एमसीक्यू तयार केलेत म्हणजे इथं एमसीक्यू काढून ते असिस्टंटला टाईप करायला दिलेले असतात, लॅब असिस्टंटला, त्यांच्याकडनं झालेली ती प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक आहे. इट इज नॉट द मोमेंट, इट इज मुवमेंट ओनली. MOMENT. करेक्शन तुम्ही करून घ्या जेव्हा मी पीडीएफ देईन तुम्हाला तेव्हा. इन क्वेश्चन नंबर 37 दिस इज नॉट अ मुवमेंट, इट इज सेम. हा जो मुवमेंट शब्द आहे ना, तोच शब्द इथं पाहिजे. कळलं का? इज इट क्लिअर नाउ?
येस सर.
हा, ते टाईप करताना त्यांच्याकडनं कधी कधी काय होतं, टाईप करताना दॅट वर्ड ऑटो क्रिएट म्हणजे काय म्हणतात, ऑटो करेक्ट करते ना ते. कधी कधी ऑटोमॅटिक स्पेलिंग येतात तिथं वर्ड मध्ये टाईप करताना किंवा एक्सेल मध्ये टाईप करताना, ते ऑटो करेक्ट मधनं तसं आलेलं आहे ते. ओके, तर ती टायपिंग मिस्टेक आहे, त्याचा काही विषय नाही, त्याला काही लॉजिक लावू नका तुम्ही. तिथं मोमेंटच आहे शब्द. इज इट क्लिअर नाउ?
येस सर. येस.
ओके. अरे मी शेअर केली नव्हती का स्क्रीन? मला वाटलं तुम्ही सगळे बघताय. आय विल शेअर इट वन्स अगेन. हा, आता दिसते का स्क्रीन? नाउ इट इज विजिबल.
येस सर.
So here I am talking about this word movement, and here the word is given as moment. So I am telling you that this moment is the typing mistake. This word is movement only. MOMENT. Okay. So if no more further questions are there, we will go to the attendance. Just 1 minute. Okay, so today is, what is the date today?
6.
6th of January. Okay. So, yeah. Now, just a moment. I will keep this aside. Okay. So give the attendance. Roll number 1,
प्रेझेंट.
2,
प्रेझेंट सर.
3,
प्रेझेंट सर.
4,
प्रेझेंट सर.
5,
प्रेझेंट सर.
6,
प्रेझेंट सर.
7,
प्रेझेंट सर.
8,
प्रेझेंट सर.
9,
प्रेझेंट सर.
10,
प्रेझेंट सर.
11,
प्रेझेंट सर.
12,
प्रेझेंट सर.
13,
प्रेझेंट सर.
14,
प्रेझेंट सर.
15,
प्रेझेंट सर.
16,
प्रेझेंट.
17,
प्रेझेंट सर.
18. Roll number 18 is absent. Okay. So 18 is absent. 19,
प्रेझेंट.
20,
प्रेझेंट सर.
21, 21, absent. 22,
प्रेझेंट सर.
23,
प्रेझेंट सर.
24, 24, 25,
प्रेझेंट.
26,
प्रेझेंट सर.
27,
प्रेझेंट सर.
28,
प्रेझेंट.
29,
प्रेझेंट सर.
30,
प्रेझेंट सर.
31,
प्रेझेंट सर.
32,
प्रेझेंट सर.
33,
Present, sir.
34,
प्रेझेंट सर.
35,
प्रेझेंट सर.
36, 37, 38, 36 is present, 37, 38, 39,
Present, sir.
40,
Present, sir.
41,
Present, sir.
42, 43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46,
Present, sir.
47, 48, 49, 50,
Present, sir.
51,
Present, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53,
Present, sir.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
56, 57,
Present, sir.
58.
Present, sir.
Prathamesh, so you have not written your roll number in front of your name. So you should write B58, then your name, like the other students did already. Do it.
24 is present, sir.
Just a minute. Let me finish the attendance. 59, 59, 60,
Present.
61.
Present.
Okay. Now you tell me who is present. Are you able to see the screen?
24, sir.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
So in that now you can see whatever absent number I have written. So 24 is present. Next. Anybody is there from these roll numbers 18, 21, 47, 48, 49, 59? Anybody is present? Okay. So no one is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students are absent. Out of 61, 6 are absent. So how many present? 55. Okay. So today we will stop over here. In the next lecture, we will start with the new topic, next unit. Equilibrium.